Hi Pisces, how's it going? This is your May 13th through the 19th weekly tarot reading. We'll have 5 separate spreads in this reading. In the first spread, we'll be looking at new love entering your life this week. Spread number 2 is for those of you who are already involved with somebody. In the third spread, we'll see if anybody wants to get back together with you this week. After that, we'll talk about your work, your business, and your finances. And we'll wrap things up with what you're not expecting to happen this week spread. Please like, comment, and subscribe to support this channel. This first spread is a new love this week. We have the Three of Cups clarified by the Four of Wands. We have the Queen of Cups clarified by the Eight of Wands. We have the Knight of Cups clarified by the Ace of Pentacles. In the potential outcome, we have the Ace of Cups, the Two of Cups, and the Ace of Swords. And we also have the Sun on the bottom of the deck. You could be dealing with a fellow water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. We also have Leo, but you could be dealing with pretty much any zodiac sign. This is a general reading. Not is it only a general reading, it's a very unique reading. So let's address a couple of obvious things. Pisces, we have 3 aces in this reading. Not 1, not 2, but 3. I barely ever see readings with 3 aces in them. You know, barely ever. I do see a lot of 1 ace readings, sometimes 2 ace, but almost never 3. This is a very, what it's telling me, it's going to be a very special connection. What it's telling me is that this spread screams a new beginning. It just screams a new beginning. All right? And it's going to be an instant connection. And I think both of you will be, it's going to be hard to you to get away from one another. Right? Another obvious thing I want to address is that you are meeting this person at some kind of a party or an event or a gathering, and it could be somehow in some way associated with a family, not necessarily your family. Alright, so we start with the Three of Cups, clarified by the Four of Wands. The Three of Cups is a card of a reunion or simply a celebration. A celebration. The Four of Wands, clarifying it, could also be interpreted as a card of a celebration. To me personally, the Four of Wands always reminds me of an actual wedding. Maybe you're going to a wedding this week, or you're going to an engagement party, or you're going to a baby shower, housewarming party, someone's birthday. But it's not just family, it's friends of friends are also invited. So it's some sort of a celebration, and for some of you it had something to do with a family. Not your family necessarily, but a family, or an existing one, or one that's being established. Okay? If you can think of an event like that, that's where you're going to be meeting this person, right? The sun on the, it could be, did I mention a baby shower? It could be a baby shower, right? The sun on the bottom of the deck could be a Leo you're dealing with, but we do have a child riding a horse, right, in the sun card. So for some of you, it could be maybe a child's birthday party. But you know what? The sun is a card of clarity. So I think both of you will instantly, immediately be crystal clear about what you two mean one to one another. What the two of you want to do about this. Right? The sun is also the happiest card in the deck. Alright? With the sun card, we always feel on top of the world. We feel like we've succeeded in life. And we have you here in this reading as well. I believe that Queen of Cups next to the Three of Cups, I think that's you, unless you're dealing with a fellow water sign. Right, so that's you. You're clarified by the Eight of Wands. It could be a card of you literally going somewhere. But my favorite interpretation of the Eight of Wands is the Cupid's arrows card. So the Cupid is definitely gonna strike you with one of their arrows of love, and I think they're not just striking you, but they're striking the person you are meeting at that event. And here comes the rest of the spread, right? The Knight of Cups clarified by the first ace, the Ace of Pentacles. The Knight of Cups, you know, could be a fellow water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, or not a Pisces, but it's the most loving, the most romantic knight out of all 4 knights. Right? This knight is often referred to as Prince Charming, Knight in the Shining Armor. The Ace of Pentacles clarifying it. Like I said, this is the first ace. It's a golden opportunity. It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Right? And this ace showed up in the main spread on the left. There's nothing wrong with the other two aces, but the Ace of Pentacles is called a golden opportunity or a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for a reason. And in that potential outcome, we have the Two of Cups in the middle, which is a soulmate card. That's you and your new person. It's a card of when two people are on the same page, feel the same way towards one another, and it's a card of unconditional love. And that Two of Cups is surrounded by the other two aces, the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Swords. Come on. 3 aces. 2 of them are in the potential outcome. Aces are all about new beginnings, right? It almost feels like... Anyway, the Ace of Cups, yeah, the most loving ace out of all 4 aces, very similar to the Knight of Cups. The Ace of Swords is, again, another clarity card, just like the Sun. And the Ace of Swords often comes across the word yes. Alright? The universe wants you guys to get together, understand what it means, and then, make future plans together. That's what I think is happening. It's going to be an instant connection, instant chemistry. Pisces, really happy for you. Congratulations. If you are already in a relationship or married, Pisces, the spread is for you. We have the Page of Cups, the Six of Swords, the Fool, and the Nine of Cups on the bottom of the deck. The first thing I thought of, Pisces, was a spontaneous weekend getaway trip. Yeah, that was the first thing I thought of. Because I think you're either going somewhere this week or maybe planning. But it's still going to be spontaneous. If you're going to be planning a trip for the future, this offer will be kind of spontaneous, right? We do have the Page of Cups, so it could be coming from you or your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your spouse, your husband, wife, right? So one of you will have an idea. Or maybe it's a friend or a family member who is at a distance from you. Maybe it's another couple, another family, or your parents who are gonna reach out to you and say, hey, why don't we all go on a trip, or why don't you come over, or something like that. And the Six of Swords, yeah, this card is often a card of literally going somewhere. And the thing about the Six of Swords, it's usually good news. Okay, the Nine of Cups on the bottom of the deck, it could be a card of a wish come true. It could be a card of a satisfaction and fulfillment. It could also be a card of some sort of an event. Right? The Fool right next to the deck could be an Aries you're dealing with, but the Fool is a card of being spontaneous. It's gonna be like, yeah, sure, why not? Why don't we go? Why don't we try this out? Why don't we see what's out there? Alright, cool. Let's see if anybody comes back from the past for you, Pisces, this week. Keep in mind, it doesn't have to be the most recent ex. We have the Page of Wands clarified by the Devil. We have the Lovers. We have the Ace of Swords clarified by the Moon. And we have the Magician on the bottom of the deck. You could be dealing with a Capricorn, Gemini, Virgo, or any zodiac sign. Well, Pisces, I gotta be honest with you, this is like a 50-50. There's at least a couple of red flags here, but alright, so anyway, we do have the Page of Wands clarified by the Devil. The Page of Wands is a message, right? The Devil could be a Capricorn who is messaging you, but the Devil could be a card of somebody who is really, really hard to resist, right? Or maybe the way they're going to be reaching out to you, what they're going to be offering you, the way they're going to be offering it to you, is going to be hard to resist. It's going to be very tempting, right? So the Devil could be a negative card or not so negative, right? Depending on the situation. And the same goes for the Magician on the bottom of the deck. The Magician could also be a card of somebody who is manifesting, somebody who is very creative. It's also a card of taking action. But on the other hand, the Magician could also be a card of a trickster, all right, an illusionist. Alright, in the middle we have the Lovers. Could be a Gemini you're dealing with, but that's where that choice comes in, right? The Lovers is a card of a choice. So you will have to decide what you want to do about this. I was hoping to get an idea as to what the answer is when I was clarifying the Ace of Swords, because the Ace of Swords is a card of the answer. It's a card of clarity. It's a card of somebody being very decisive. Right, and the Moon clarifying the Ace of Swords is actually one of your major arcana cards. So yes, this is you with the answer. But the answer is up to you. Yay or nay, basically. Depending on what happened between the two of you. Alright, depending on whether you can forgive and forget. Depending on if you're gonna... how you're gonna respond to this offer. But yeah, it's gonna be something very interesting. Something... you wouldn't just dismiss. It will make you think. It'll make you think. All right? Cool. Let's talk about your work, your business, and your finances, Pisces. This week, we have the Eight of Swords, the Queen of Cups clarified by the Hermit. Then we have the Page of Swords clarified by the Sun, and we have the Hangman on the bottom of the deck. You could be dealing with a Virgo or a Leo or absolutely any zodiac sign. Well, what you're going to be doing this week, Pisces, you're going to be doing a lot of thinking and maybe some research. Okay, a lot of thinking and maybe some research. And it's like you will gain some kind of understanding, or you will have an epiphany, or you have like a light bulb moment, right? I do see you going through like a major thought process, right? The Queen of Cups in the middle, I assume that's you, Pisces, male or female, absolutely doesn't matter. The Hermit clarifying you. Could be a Virgo, but the Hermit is all about thinking, going within, doing some soul searching, going through some kind of a thought process. The Eight of Swords to the left from the Queen of Cups is a card of somebody who is stuck and trapped in their own thoughts. So yes, you do have a lot to think about this week. The Hangman on the bottom of the deck, that's also you, Pisces. That's one of your major arcana cards. But at the same time, the Hangman could be a card of an epiphany or a realization. It could be also a card of a sacrifice, or perhaps you're going to be thinking, why am I sacrificing myself for this particular workplace? Why am I doing this? All right? But for most of you, I think you will have that bright moment. It's kind of symbolic. You see how there's an orb around the person's head, the person hanging upside down in a hangman, right? Doesn't that remind you a little bit of a sun? And no, I'm not leading the witness, so to speak, but in the Sun card, we have the Sun, right? The Sun is a card of a realization. The Sun is a card of clarity. The Sun is also like an aha moment, just like the Hangman, right? The Page of Swords could be a card of research, right? The Page of Swords could be you doing some research on the subject or on what have you. Right? The Page of Swords could also be a card of a message, right? So you could be messaged as a result of this thinking or realization. You may message somebody and email somebody or something like that. Or maybe that will make you think that you need to do further research on the subject. Maybe you don't have enough information. You may decide you may need to research it further. All right? I hope this makes sense for you, Pisces. Let's see what you're not expecting to happen this week, Pisces. We have the Three of Wands, clarified by the King of Swords. We have the Two of Cups. We also have the Queen of Cups, clarified by the Ace of Wands. And we also have the World on the bottom of the deck. You could be dealing with an air sign, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. This spread has something to do with a common interest that you and this King of Swords have. And almost feels like a handshake. Almost feels like you guys are getting on the same page. Maybe this person is choosing what you have to offer to this person. Let me explain. In the middle we have the Two of Cups, right? And this is my handshake card when it comes to non-love situation. Even if it is a love situation, it's still two people coming to some sort of an understanding or an agreement or getting on the same page. Okay? The Queen of Cups, which I believe would be you, is clarified by the Ace of Wands. Alright? So you see how there is a hand in the Ace of Wands holding on to that wand. If we go to the left, the King of Swords clarifying the Three of Wands, if you take a closer look at that Three of Wands, there is a person who is standing among three wands, but they're holding on to one of those wands. And I think that's exactly the wand and the hand we see in the Ace of Wands. So both of you are coming to some sort of an understanding, coming to some sort of an agreement. Both of you have this wand in common, so to speak, right? It's some sort of a new beginning. All right, maybe you want to hire this person and they're like, let me think about it, and they're going to choose to accept your offer. Maybe you want to collaborate with this person. Maybe you want to do something else together with this person, and they needed to think about it. Right? The King of Swords is the person you're dealing with, so it could be an air sign, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. right? The world on the bottom of the deck could be a card of an ending, but I always interpret the world as a happy end card. All right, so this is when this is the end of not knowing what's going to happen, not knowing whether this King of Swords is going to accept this or they want to, whether you're going to get on the same page. And that period is coming to an end because, like I said, yes, you are getting on the same page. The answer is most likely yes. All right, I hope this makes sense. It could be about absolutely anything, right? But I do see a mutual understanding, mutual agreement, maybe even a handshake or paperwork being signed. All right, Pisces. So that's what I have for you for this reading for this week. If this video resonates with you, please like it. Please also comment and subscribe. And other than that, Pisces, have an amazing week.